I think she should date someone who respects her and who doesn't around with her like her previous.
Like you?
Like you?
Oh. Well, I don't around with
Like
her
if there
like
was someone
that,
exactly
though.
like you,
So,
would you
maybe.
approve of?
When I see people talk about nice guys, why they're undesirable, I always hear the rationale of women just having some type of underlying desire for bad guys, hood, simply because it's in their nature. But the basis for this belief has no real depth. It's always a completely anecdotal claim.
Dynamic range is being able to see the dark and the light and the shadows simultaneously at the same time. Good dynamic range means higher HUDs. Bad dynamic range means less HUDs. Simple as that, right? What's good, peeps? It's your boy JP back at it again with another video, and today we are doing a video to Playa Tech. And with Playa Tech, with Playa Tech, I got to put the player glasses on. You know what I mean? We keeping it play around this mug. You know what I mean? So with that being said, this video is why nice guys keep getting overlooked. So if you don't know the saying, nice guys finish last, good guys finish last, essentially he's saying the same thing. But before we get into that video, what I need you to do, and go ahead and like this video so this video can get pushed into the algorithm because it helps support the channel. And also hit the subscribe button. Join the PG game. We keeping it PG. It's a lot of prosperity going on around this mug. So without further ado, let's just get into the video.
Alright, bruh. Why do nice guys finish last? Why do females choose the niggas with clear and glaring, maybe even violent character flaws over the guys that seem to have their best interest at heart? The guy who seems to be a saint, always says the right things, validates their feelings, makes it a priority to dedicate time to them. Just hearing these descriptions, you would assume the thought of a nice guy finish.
Alright, so I'm gonna give my quick synopsis on why I think that nice guys finish last and why they choosing a bad boy. Now I'm a little bit upset because I did this whole thing thinking I was recording, and then I looked over and it wasn't recording, and it pissed me off. So now I gotta do this all over again. But I'm gonna shorten it, so it's good. So anyway, to be straightforward with it, pretty much women like contrast, right? Women like contrast, women like transparency, women like seeing the world, like seeing the good and dark side of you. And the problem with nice guys is that we try to hide. And I'm saying we because I used to be a nice guy. I didn't grow up out of it, and I'm still a good dude at the end of the day, but we grew up out of that. We older, we more I'm older, I'm a lot more understanding and knowledgeable of this. But anyway, it ain't about me. Anyway, the thing about nice guys is that they tend to be closed off on one side. Everybody has a dark and light side about them. We call that contrast, dark and light, right? And the problem is, shout out to We Need to Talk, because I'm a filmmaker, and dynamic range is being able to see the dark and the light and the shadows simultaneously at the same time. Good dynamic range means higher HUDs. If you don't know what dynamic range is, like I said, you can see the brightness, the better dynamic range, you can see the brightness and the darkness all at the same time. Bad dynamic range is you only see light or you only see dark. Bad dynamic range means less HUDs. Simple as that, right? So the better the dynamic range you have, the more HUDs you will get, right? And the reason for that is, if you look at women, right? Women been told by the world, and it's not their fault. They've been told by the world that they have to be a certain way to be accepted by society. They have to be sugar and spice and everything nice, right? Realistically, women get down just as bad as we get down. Just keeping that buck. Women just as freaky as we are freaky. Women do the craziest things just like we do the craziest things. It's just human nature. That's just how we get down, right? Just keeping it playing, right? They just as capable as we are. Thing is, the world tells them to suppress it. So the world tells them, only show us your light side because we don't want to see your dark side, because that's not what we want. Women want to be Women want to show high dynamic range. They want to show light and dark simultaneously and be accepted. Too bad that the world wants bad dynamic range out of women, right? So what happens is they get rebellious and they have to find a way to get off on that rebellion. And what happens is they see the bad boy. And the bad boy has good dynamic range. He has his good and his bad showing simultaneously. You might not think he's showing good because he's a bad boy, but to her, he shows his good. He's soft to her, bad to the world. Dynamic range, right? And because of that, she finds him more attractive because she wants to be able to do what he's doing. She wants to walk in the world showing her good and her bad simultaneously. The world don't allow her to do that. So they be more attracted to men that can do that. The problem is with the good boy, the good guy. The problem is with the good guy is the good guy does exactly what women do. Only show their good side, never their dark side. Because they think the world don't want to see their dark side. Meanwhile, you are always getting overlooked because the world don't want to see, you think the world don't want to see your dark side. Meanwhile, in real life, the people that show both sides simultaneously and know how to work them get the furthest in life. Not just with the hubs, but just in general, because they're more assertive, they get more things done, whatever, right? So that's in my theory, and the theory that I also learned from We Need to Talk. Shout out to the homie. Women are filmmakers. If you don't know that, go watch that video. But that is why it tends to work out that way on a deeper level. Of course, you got a surface based level, but the reason why you want to think deeper than that, because it teaches you as a good guy that you don't have to necessarily be a bad boy. You just got to know how to present your dark side in a way that the way that it's still beneficial to you, but you also don't lose yourself in the process. It's too many men that are good boys and are good guys, and then they try to be gangsters because they think that's what girls want, and then it ends up turning bad for them because you end up being somebody you not, when you don't have to go that far. You don't got a thug max. You don't have to do that. You just have to know how to show your more aggressive and your more assertive side, the side that don't take no bullshit. You got to learn how to show that, because we all got it. You just got to embrace it in a very healthy way, right? You got to know how to show that and make it presentable to where both people, to the world, can see it, and then your presentation with the hubs will increase. You know what I mean? Because you are showing both sides of you and people can respect you for that, right? Because like I said, women don't get the opportunity to do that like we do. It's a double standard, unfortunately. They don't get the opportunity to do that like we do. So because you have the opportunity to do it, you're stupid if you don't take that opportunity. Do it, because I promise you it does nothing but good for you. If you overdo it, you will fuck yourself up. But if you do it correctly, well, my buddy, the world is your oyster. But let's continue with the video.
Lies is false. It literally cannot reflect reality. But if we take a minute and observe the state of society, percentage of single mother households, Chris Brown meet and greets, Duke Dennis.
Are you looking for someone to lick you?
Huh?
I said, you looking for someone to lick you?
To lick me? No.
If that's a wild offer.
And let me explain this again. Let me help you understand this. That is her what? Dark side that she just presented to Duke Dennis. Because Duke Dennis has an edgier shape to him, she feel comfortable showing her dark side to him because she knows he has it. And he presents it in a healthier way, right? Thug maxing in his own little way without thug maxing. So she feels comfortable presenting that side to him. For that reason, he gets that. But you nice guys won't get that. Why? Because you don't know how to show your healthy side of your dark side. Like I said, don't be no asshole. I'm not saying to be an asshole. Just be stern. Don't take no bullshit. And be a real man. You know what I mean? In that sense of, I ain't gonna say be a real man, but be a man that just don't take no bullshit. And if that just means standing up for yourself, that just means And that's just in all aspects. I ain't talking about just the women. I'm talking about men in general, everybody. Stand up for yourself and stand in your square. Don't just follow the like, yeah, whatever you want. Yeah, whatever you want. Don't be no people pleaser. That's how you end up friend zone and all that other bad shit.
I'm sorry.
Wait. I'm lost. You said it one more time?
I said, are you looking for someone to lick you? I did say lick you.
Lick.
Lick.
Like with your mouth. Oh.
Lick.
A nice guy, if she did say that to a nice guy would be like, yeah, whenever you want. Da 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 da. Somebody that stands on his square like, girl, you crazy? You want to do what? Nigga, where your mouth been? What you talking about? Where we at? The beach? Where you been at? No, we not doing that. Why you on camera asking me that? You look stupid. That's somebody that ain't scared to show his other side. Respectfully. Like I said, don't be no Myron or Fresh and Fit. Don't do that. Because they overdo it. Like I said, you overdo it, you're going to mess your life up. You just want to do it respectfully in a casual casual manner that makes sense to the situation. Don't be no asshole, nigga. Don't nobody like assholes. Like, seriously, because that's when you overdo it. I'm gonna let y'all watch the video.
I'm abstinent right now.
Right. That's okay.
Yeah, I'm abstinent.
I can wait.
Yeah.
Bro, this bitch doubled down 4 separate times.
You can't keep getting away with it!
We see this is a very realistic view of the current state of the game. The nice guy meta is over, patched, vaulted. Romance been dead for damn near a century. When I see people talk about nice guys, why they're undesirable, I always hear the rationale of women just having some type of underlying desire for bad guys, hood niggas, simply because it's in their nature. But the basis for this belief has no real depth. It's always a completely anecdotal claim. That's probably the most intellectually lazy conclusion. It's
Intellectually lazy. Like I said, that's surface level. When you think deep, you realize you ain't gotta go that far.
like using etc. when you don't have no more examples. Hit the like button and watch to the end of the video as I explain exactly why nice guys finish last. I think there's 3 main reasons why nice niggas can never get hoes, but the first and most important is a lack of authenticity.
What did I say? You're not being transparent. You're lacking contrast. Everybody has that side in them. How are you going to present it? And how you going to dress it up? Because they see through it. Because they have that side as women, and when I say they, women have that side. They just can't show it because the world tells them not to. You can and you don't. That's weak. It's weak.
Have you ever met somebody that was just a little bit too nice, too virtuous, too upright, too clean? On paper, this is a very appealing persona, but in the real world, it's just repulsive, annoying, and uncanny. When somebody tries to put on a mask...
Mind you, I never watched this video. I've been seeing this video on my timeline for like almost like a few days. And I've been wanting to watch it like on my own time. I was like, nah, I gotta save this for the video. Now, granted, I did watch like the first, like, I want to say like 30 seconds of it until I realized I wasn't recording. Then I had to start all over and record it all over again. But I didn't get this far.
Kindness. Most of the time it's very clear and nobody likes feeling like they're being deceived. Like, why is this nigga trying to act so harmless and virtuous and kind? In the book The Psychology of Selling by Brian Tracy, he explains that as a salesman, the more you try to convince someone to buy from you, the less likely they are to actually buy, because they feel like you trying to sell them something. Nobody wants to feel like they just got sold something. Niggas more so want to feel like they just bought the thing. When you put on a nice act for females, they experience this same feeling. It's like the niggas in the mall who be trying to do the shoe cleaning shit. Like, bro,
I hate them. Bro, I was in St. Louis on some videos recently over the weekend. I know I'm a videographer, so I was out of town. I'm from Houston, but I was in St. Louis for some video stuff. And but we went to that Galleria. But we downstairs. This nigga upstairs. Hey, he pointing at us. Hey, y'all, all y'all. I'm like, hey, you know St. Louis get wild. So I'm like, hey, who the f this nigga waving at, bro? Like, hey, do we need to run? Cause I ain't from here, you know what I mean? But so he like, hey y'all. Hey, all y'all got shoes on. I had on Crocs. Mind you, I had on Crocs the whole weekend. He like, all y'all got on shoes. Not me. But all y'all got on shoes. Y'all come over here. I'm gonna clean y'all shoes for y'all. He go, why you yelling from a whole nother story of a building trying to tell me to clean my shoes? Then get the fuck up out of here, bro. Fuck. I hate them niggas, man.
Why are you chasing me down, damn near forcing me to let you clean my shoes? It's like, bro, I don't even care how good to clean my shoes at this point. You too thirsty to get me to purchase. This immediately gets the female to thinking like, this nigga way too.
By the way, we did not go upstairs. We just kept walking. We was like, hey, where you at? I bet. And we just kept walking.
Desperate, and giving off a sense of desperation ain't really the best way to be trying to pull females.
Join the Discord. I got e-dates planned, DM breakdowns, hella fine. So get in there.
Like, bro, you're trying way too hard. This is the fundamental flaw with being too nice. Real niggas are not perfect. They have character flaws. They don't have 100% political.
Exactly, bro. Dynamic range. Again, dynamic range. I'm a filmmaker, right? I'm a videographer, filmmaker, so this is important in my field. Dynamic range is the ability to see, and it's a metaphor, by the way. Dynamic range is the ability to be able to see the shadows and the highlights simultaneously. The more you can see in the shadows and the highlights at the same time, the better the dynamic range is. Whenever you can see only one or the other, like if I boost up my exposure and I can only see the highlights, I mean I can only see the shadows, but all the highlights is blown out, terrible dynamic range. But if I bring down my exposure and I can only see the clouds in the sky, but I can't see nothing in the shadows, bad dynamic range. That means you're only showing your dark side or you're only showing your light side. Bad dynamic range. That you trying to be perfect on one side instead of being natural, which means I can see both sides. Nobody's perfect, bro. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. As a good guy, and like I said, I used to be a good guy. Stop trying to be perfect. You actually lose doing that. Just be real. Be authentic. I'm not saying be no jackass. I'm not saying be no red pill nigga. I'm saying be authentic. If you don't like something, say you don't like it. If you like something, say you like it. If you don't mean something, say you don't mean it. And stand on it. If they don't respect it, then they don't need to be by you anyway. It's really that simple. And then what happens is more people see you moving like that. And then they're like, man, I like him. Because I like what he stands for. And I wish I could be like that. That's the point. That's what gets them there. I wish I could be like that. Because what you're going to do is you're going to inspire more people to want to be like that. And then, boom. Now you got people got crushes on you and shit.
Politically correct opinions. They lack empathy at times. They're argumentative, maybe arrogant, prideful, emotionally unavailable. Of course, there's niggas out there that's just exceptionally nice. They just naturally.
Like I say, I'm a naturally nice dude, but nigga, sometimes you're like, hey, bro, like I'm not in the mood for this, bro. Shut up. Like I ain't gonna say shut up. I'm like, hey, bro, I'm today ain't the day, dog. Like tomorrow maybe. I'm not with it.
Have less bad guy tendencies, which I don't think should be a problem if it's actually genuine. But even these authentic nice guys aren't completely virtuous. This lack of moral perfection would eventually present itself, which wouldn't even negatively impact how a female looks at you, because it's like, bruh, literally nobody is perfectly nice. So not being morally perfect actually is more normal. When you get a new job and you meet your coworkers, the difference between the ones you actually become friends with and the ones you keep on a coworker level is in the authenticity of your interactions. The not safe for work jokes, the friendly banter, the jokes at each other's expense. Regardless of how good or bad the person is, you typically enjoy their company more because you're both being yourselves. There's no filter. You're not walking on eggshells.
And people like that because they know they flawed too. So when they can see the flaws in you, they can relate to you. Whether they relate to the flaws or not, they can relate to your imperfections because they imperfect. And that's how you end up becoming friends. But if you try to be try to be this guy that's like, oh no, I follow the law. You know, I did it. Nigga, you know you nigga, shut up. You know you ain't that nigga. Shut your stupid ass up.
Anything, the worse the person is, the more comfortable you can be. Cause it's like, I'm not finna say nothing that can be overly critiqued or rejected. This nigga is setting the bar for how wild the conversation is. It's like how the general line for what can get you canceled on the internet has went up since Kanye started tripping on Twitter. All the other celebrities can say what they want now. Like, they would literally have to be trying to one up Kanye to say something that's worse than what he's already said. The bar is literally so high that they would genuinely have to be trying to get canceled. And also, we gotta look at it from a safety perspective. Feeling like someone is trying to deceive you and hide their true self naturally gives you a sense of unease. Like, if I slide on a female and she overly receptive, like OD going, I instantly start thinking I'm finna get robbed. I'm finna pull up, it's finna be nothing but young niggas with ski masks with big ass Drakes and ARPs.
It's definitely a defense mechanism with us, but with them, with us is more of a defense mechanism. Like, okay, she too nice and she too green. You know what I mean? But with them, it's more like a lack of respect and a lack of pride and lack of ego and lack of protection. Like, they don't feel like they can be safe or protected around you. And that's why they don't like it. We don't like it because we feel like we about to get set up if she on some too green shit. But if you too green, she just think you a pushover, and that don't work either.
Similarly, when you try to overly act with a female, she might start thinking you're a serial killer. Like, if a female knows you beat females, at least she knows that. But if you beat females and you're acting like a nice guy, it's a way worse situation. Not that you should be doing that anyway, I'm just saying for the sake of the example. At least she knows what type of nigga you are and she can make the decision going forward. Alright, now that I'm done with that, the lesser reason why these nice side niggas just cannot succeed with females is because they're simply boring. Going back to the coworker scenario, if you always have the same safe for
I know I'm about to beat him to the punch, but that is another thing. Contrast is perfect. Contrast is imperfection, which makes it more interesting. Let me ask y'all a question, and shout out to We Need to Talk, because he gave this great example, and I'm like, damn, that's perfect. If you look at a picture, right, and you tell me, because I know what you're gonna say, because I say the same thing. You tell me, right? You're looking at two pictures. One picture as a blank white wall, as white as this, no creases, a plain white wall, perfectly white, painted. Then over here you got a brick wall. Some of the bricks are redder than the other. Some of the bricks got little dinks in them. Some of them are uneven, but it's a brick wall. Which one is more interesting? White wall or brick? If you say white wall, get the off this video because you are really stupid. We obviously know the brick picture is way more interesting. Why? Because the brick has imperfections. I have a tattoo. I showed it on the other video. It is called Wabi Sabi. It's a Japanese philosophy. I love philosophy and psychology, right? But it is a Japanese philosophy, right? And it pretty much means embodying and finding the beauty in the imperfections in life. You know, if you got a glass that got cracks in it, it's some beauty in that, right? If you got a tooth that got a chip in it, it's some beauty in that. You just gotta find the beauty in it. It got a story behind it. A brick wall that has decay has a story behind it. A white wall that's fully painted don't have an interesting story. We all know how that white wall got painted. You can look on Google on how that wall got built. You don't know how this wall decayed. You can Google it all you want, but due to its circumstances in this environment, that brick wall could have decayed in any type of different way. You don't know. And that's what makes it more interesting. And what he's saying is, good guys are the white wall. Guys that show dynamic range. And I notice I ain't saying bad boy. because that's the false label. Is everybody has a good side, everybody has a bad side. It's really a dynamic range guy, right? It's not necessarily a bad boy, it's a boy that can show both sides. The good guy only shows one, and that's the white wall. The bad boy, quote unquote, or that guy with the dynamic range show is the brick wall, because you can see through his contrast and through the way he behaves. It's a story behind him. Why do he act like that? Why do he do things women they shouldn't be doing? Why do he be a little bit off-putting, or he has a off-putting personality, or he quiet, or he to himself, he don't really want to talk to nobody, or why he reacts the way he reacts to certain things? There's a story behind that. And the thing is, you, the guy with the white wall, you have a story too. What happens is you hide it behind that white wall. Now nobody can see it because you put on this front and you perfect when we know you're not. So because we can't read your imperfections and we can't see them because you hide them, you become boring. And don't nobody want to talk to you because we know you're inauthentic, and we know that you hiding your story from us. We like the person that shows us their story because we can read it. We know where not to test you and where to test you at. I mean, we know where not to test you at, and we know where to be comfortable with you at. With the good guy, nigga, we just like whatever, nigga. So what I'm telling you is, if you the white wall, be more like the brick wall. Don't be no bad boy. Just be more authentic. Show them that you have a story. You have a story makes you more interesting. And shout out to We Need to Talk, because the video was women are filmmakers, because they like stories. They like telling stories, and they're interested in dynamic stories, not flesh. If you go to the movies and you watch a movie that just good the whole way through, like not good as in like it's a good story, but it's like it's nothing bad happened throughout the whole story. No climax, no problem solving, no conflict of interest. I mean, what is it called? Conflict of interest. Yeah, conflict of interest. No, none of that. None of that was in the story. It was just good the whole way through. That's a badass movie. That's a bad movie. It wasn't good. But a movie that got good and bad, the hero trying to overcome a problem, that's a good story. Women are filmmakers, bro. Tell a good story. You'll get the hugs.
Or conversations with someone, you'll never really feel a desire to talk to them. This is exactly how females feel with nice guys. It's too predictable. If there's one thing I've learned from sliding on females, is that you almost always get better results from not being boring, even if you have to risk offense. If you swipe up on a female story and you give a generic, "You're beautiful," that shit is not finna work, bro. It seems like the right thing to say, but it's literally just too boring. It don't really invoke no desire to respond. She's already used to seeing that. You really gotta put yourself in that female's point of view. Continuing a conversation from there just wouldn't be fun. That's why when you send messages like that, you typically get left on scene. If she thinks you look good, she might like the message. Either way, nigga, it's a terrible shot. And the last reason why these nice side, kind ass niggas is not meant to get hoes is because this nice guy act instantly lands them in the friend zone. Like, let's say she can tolerate the fakeness, the performative kindness, the overall sense of desperation, and she forms some type of relationship with you. It's not gonna be romantic, bro.
And you know why? I'm sorry, I know I go on tangents, but hear me out. This is why y'all like me, right? The reason why is because that's, like I said in the beginning of the video, the nice guy method that nice guys do by never showing contrast is what women do. Women do that. Like you say, if you look at it, women are told to be sugar and spice and everything nice. They are told to be like that. That's what the world tells them to be. They aren't like that. We not like that. Nobody is like that. My damn dogs back here aren't like that. They're not sugar and spice and everything nice. Everybody has a dark and good side to them. Women are told to suppress it, right? And by you being a good guy, you're doing the exact same thing they're doing. And because of that, they see you as a friend because you share the same energy. And that's how you end up in the friend zone. Because you share the same energy they share. They don't admire to be like you. They don't admire to see you in that way because you don't do what they want the most. I ain't gonna say the most, but they want is to be able to show both sides of them. And that guy that is the brick wall that has good dynamic range, he shows both sides to himself. And the women see that and they want to be like that. And because they want to be like that, they chase that. They don't chase the guy that don't do like that. So that's what I'm saying. So they see you as the same energy. You the same energy as them. You hiding your bad side, just like they hiding their bad side. And because of that, y'all share the same energy, so you they friend. And that's why you in a friend zone. Be dynamic, my nigga. It helps you out a lot.
To be her best friend, her brother, her therapist. The thing with nice niggas too is, bruh, they be thinking that they building romantic interest by being supportive and like respectful, emotionally available all the time. But in reality, the relationship is completely platonic. You text her all day, you'll sit on the phone with her and listen to her talk for hours, or not even talk. Like you'll just sit on the phone with her, not speaking. You'll listen to her vent about niggas that she actually throwing next.
Because you don't even like that. You just do it because you think it's gonna get you somewhere. And that's why I say you're being fake. You're not being authentic. Because if it was up to you, then you'd be at home playing a game or doing something. Go do that. And when she done doing what she doing, she can hit you up. If she ain't trying to do that day either, then what you talk to her for?
To Exhibit A.
She liked this guy, and he was really toxic. So we were sitting at a brunch table.
And he shared her energy in more ways than one. You know what I'm talking about. No disrespect. But bro, listen to her voice. He definitely sharing her energy in more ways than one.
And I'm like, well, what's his name? And then she's like spelling it out and I have her phone. And I'm like, let me just unfollow him on Instagram. And I did it. I was like, you know what? We talked about me unfollowing him for her for a very long time. I guess it just caught her off surprise. I think she should date someone who respects her and who doesn't f around with her like her previous.
Like you?
Like you?
Oh. Well, I don't f around with
Like
her
if there was
that,
someone
though.
exactly like you,
So
would
maybe,
you approve of that
maybe
person?
because I
This nigga is cooked beyond belief. It's over for him.
You're essentially a free therapist. Like, bruh, at least
And you're boring. Like she gets the benefit. If she wanted to date you, she gets the benefit of everything you gonna offer her right then and there. Like she by her dating you, she don't get anything more than she already getting. What the fuck she need to date you for? Stupid ass nigga.
niggas be getting paid. You listen to this bitch problems for nothing. And you would think niggas like this would understand, like,
trust me, I've done it. That's why I'm talking about it. Because I've been in that position more times than I wish I was.
damn, she probably don't like me. She on the phone right now telling me how she be throwing other niggas' neck and them niggas be doing her bad and all the hoops she be jumping through for these other niggas. She clearly does not like me. Like, that's probably the most telltale sign you in the friend zone, bro. No bullshit. If a bitch is telling you her escapades with other niggas, oh my goodness, gang, abort the mission. You're too far gone. It's no recovery. I ain't gonna lie, bro. At that point, you might have skipped the friend zone, the brother zone. You might literally be the gay best friend at that point.
On sis. Anyway, I'm gonna let y'all watch the rest of his video. I said enough what I need to say because at this point I'll just be repeating myself. But I think y'all got the gist of what I was saying. At the end of the day, if you don't get anything from this video, understand dynamic range and how you as a man can do that without losing yourself. You don't have to be no gangbanger if you're a good dude to show dynamic range. Just be you and transparent and ain't really taking no shit. And if you're a nice guy by heart and it's hard for you to stand up for yourself, then practice doing that. Because I promise you, it's going to hurt you more ways than just not getting no hugs. It's going to hurt you in a lot more other ways too. So don't take no shit, nigga. Do what you got to do. But with that being said, shout out to Playa Tech. You know, he was keeping it real P up in his mug. But I'm going to keep it real PG up in his mug. So hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. And join the Prosper Gang. I very much do appreciate that. But if you don't, you know what I mean? There's a lot of dynamic range around this mug. I'm just playing. But nah, for sure, I appreciate y'all. Thank you But if you made it this far in the video, put like a spider web in the comment section or something if you did. And yeah, until next time. Oh, and remember, nothing is impossible to they who try. Till next time, I'm out. Dose.